What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we have another Civilization 5 AI only game. And today we've got another hopefully exciting twist, which is that all the civs are on settler difficulty. We're so used to them being on deity or emperor or immortal, but yeah, we've got them on settler. We're going to see if it makes a difference, because in theory it shouldn't, because there's no human playing and the AI are all at the same difficulty. And when you get to the end of a lot of these games, the only thing that really matters is production, and I guess the AI is maybe being protected a bit by those difficulty levels, but we see some of them like not really suffering the negative effects of losing tons of money, things like that. So we'll see if this game has any differences. Now, it was on random, as I've just seen that Austria is here. They're at a bit of a disadvantage, but I tried my best. Spain, there's no city-states, that's why they would be at a disadvantage. We've got Spain, the Huns, I have to find everyone now, Arabia, the Zulu, Songhai, Persia, the US, Rome, so a few returners from the last game, and Portugal. I think that's everybody. And then I'm spectating this time as Sweden, which is kind of... I feel like Sweden don't get much attention in AI games. Next game, whatever we do, we'll have to force Sweden in somehow. But as we did last episode, well, slightly different. We're going to run to turn 100, because last time episode 1 was nearly an hour long. We're going to do to turn 100 and then highlights from that point onwards. See how things goes. But again, it's all the same settings as the last game. It is a Pangea map. The two differences are we've gone to standard speed from quick, because it did go quite fast last time. And we have done something else. Oh, and just the difficulties changed. Nothing else has actually moved. So there we go. I'm just going to hit the single player, continue, and let the action unfold. We will be following along. We'll also quickly see here if I missed any of the civs in that intro, because they will spawn in. So we've got Portugal, Persia, Songhai, Zulu, Rome spawning in. We should have the Americans putting down their city pretty soon. We do. The Huns have put down their city. Arabia expected to settle soon as well. Spain and Austria. And then our spawn point was down here. I didn't think it would be. It was right in the tundra. Like, we really got a tough start if we were playing this game. So we got away with one. But yeah, one thing immediately we're going to note is obviously the lack of units early on. You are only going to get that warrior for these AIs. They are not going to be getting the 2 settlers, the 2 workers. I think it's 3 warriors. What is it? I think it's 2 workers, 2 scouts, 3 warriors off the top of my head, and an extra settler. Might be wrong. Right, here we go. They begin. We'll just see. But settler difficulty, it's going to take a few more turns to get going than the last one, and we're on standard speed. We're already on turn 15. It is just powering through. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I do reserve the right to change that turn 100 if it looks weird, because, you know, I haven't got there yet, so I don't know. The plan was to do 100 because last episode was really long, part 1. But we will see how it goes. Not that you guys minded, that video was very popular, so thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. And immediately, see who's making the most money. The US currently have the biggest stockpile of cash. Do have some marble and spice resources, so they got a good resourceful start. And they're sort of in a valley of mountains, which is going to give them some early game cover. What else have we got kicking around? Okay, we see a Zulu settler. They are going for turn 32. I wonder how many cities have been settled by that point in the last game. Probably a lot more, but they are going to slap that down. A coastal city on the inland sea, and they are going to be... Oh no, that's salt. Well, they're going to have a lot of salt, but they also now going to have marble. Spain have grabbed a second city in Barcelona, as have the Huns. No one in the east yet to go for second cities. There is not much else around on the map. There's lots of one-tile islands, as we sort of saw last game. This island is the main sort of attraction off the main continent, which consists... Oh, there's a little one here as well, but this one does have a wonder on it, so that's attractive. But there's like a good area here. You could get a good city, actually. So that's something to consider, particularly for Rome and Portugal, who are in that area. America and Rome adding their second cities. There's plenty yet to do that. Austria is the most well fed, and oh, we do have a pantheon. We will do a double check on those very soon. We'll let a few more come in, but there we go. Portugal does grab a settler. We'll see what that ends up. They've got a lot of wheat and incense here, and Austria now adds the city of Salzburg east of Vienna. They were in the tundra, which probably explains why they were bottom of that statistic just a second ago. Still many civs without a second city. I can see Arabia, for example, as the Huns add Ibiza, their third city. There we go, and Arabia does now have a settler. The Songhai also yet to settle at all, but they've got some workers up and running. And these guys just having a chill game. Just very chilled as Arabia enters the classical era. Spain now has a third city with Seville, and they're just heading west, which is interesting because they're not heading sort of central towards the action in the middle. Songhai do now have two cities, and they've also gone for a coastal city on the inland sea. We get a few more civs into the classical era, and there we go, Arabia, instead of going up into the desert, actually heading down into the jungle, which will give them some good science later on. Oh, my military still considerably bigger than anyone else's. That's us in the spectator sub. Portugal going for a third city now after adding Porto. So just Persia to go, and they do now have their settler up and running as the US adds Boston, which goes into this beautiful like coastal bay area on this map, which is very cool. And we got the Rock of Gibraltar here as well. This is like awesome. We've been getting some really nice maps from the random generator recently. Very cool maps. I love some of these areas. Again, even here, this is a huge like area with the, it's almost like another sea. It's very cool. Little formation. Not sure if we've got anything else quite like that on the map. I think this side's a little bit more. I mean, Attila's city here's got a little cove. Oh, I guess there's one sort of here, and this little peninsula sticking out. Okay, Spain does now have 4 cities. As do the Songhai all of a sudden. Now they've gone south. Shaka not building any more cities just yet. America going for a 4th and pushing towards Rome, who also have their 3rd. Portugal here with 2 cities at the moment, and there's Persia grabbing their 2nd city on the map so far. Okay, it's turned 100 already, and I think it's been like 10 minutes at best. So we will do a bit further on settler difficulty. But I am going to stop it just quickly to do a little check-in at what is going on with the pantheons. We will save the info addicts for a bit further. I don't think it's going to unveil too much. 3 pantheons. So Spain went God of War, so they will gain faith for winning battles close to their cities. Austria went Goddess of Protection, so as those two are next to each other, that's sort of setting up for Spain to be invading Austria, and both of them to have benefits from that. And then Rome went for Stone Circles, which will give them faith from quarries, which I think copper is mined, so I'm not sure why exactly they picked that. They don't have any quarryable, is that a word? Quarryable resources at the moment. But anyway, we'll put that back on single player, auto end, and continue. This game could, the way it's going, it has obviously made a difference then, the difficulties, and it's not just like the one less settler at the start, so that's interesting. We do get our first wonder, Austria grabbing the Great Library. The turns are going so quick, I'm going to have to be really fast to spot anything that pops up, so I'll keep my focus on here, on the right side of the screen. But it's fine, it's fun, it's interesting. It just hit me, I was like, we have never seen, like, because also I'm not very good, I can't play on deity. I wonder what the AIs are like. It's just an experiment really, because they should in theory just all be the same, and by the end of the game it shouldn't make a difference, I think, but maybe I'm wrong. The US does now have 4 cities, as do the Romans in this top corner, and that kind of blocks Rome off from the rest of the world. We do get a pantheon. Songhai went with one there. Portugal adding a 3rd city. Songhai now have 4 cities with Tegaza here. Anything else? There's a US settler in the water. Another pantheon. We'll do another check in like 25 turns to see who else has got. Oh, Persia grabs another city here. Susa. That was the city that got like conquered and retaken like 5 times, or raised and resettled like 5 times in my stream game a few weeks ago. That was funny. Okay, Rome is pushing a bit more bravely with this settler. We'll see where oh my goodness, they are going for it. Songhai grabbed the statue of Zeus Wonder. We get our first religion in Rome, and Austria grabs the pyramids. Okay, I'm going to take control because it's going a bit quick now. We'll still be flying through, but there we go. Portugal grabs the Great Lighthouse as well. I think we got a couple more religions in there. So Catholicism, which is... oh, does it not show me? Oh, sorry, I need to go in here. Rome with Catholicism. Science, when a missionary or prophet spreads the religion. Faith, to purchase mosques and that faith from quarries. And then we have some new pantheons. Songhai, culture from pastures. And Arabia, faith from desert tiles. Okay, cool. And then Portugal grabbed the Great Lighthouse. But there we go. We will continue. I'll just take control of the clicks for now. Although it's going to be more... oh, I guess it's the same because I was dragging around the map. More clicking noise. US completes Terracotta Army, which is pretty useful. Doubles their units. How are the aggressive civs of the world doing? I know 4 of these civs were featured in that most aggressive game we did last time, but the Zulu and the Huns probably still more aggressive overall than Rome and Persia. Oh, there we go. Rome decided this island is the place for them. That is a really interesting choice of settlement. I guess I'm not sure of what the logic of that is, but from the AI, but cool. Interesting. Persia, goddess of the hunt, so they'll get food from camps. Maybe on low difficulty the AI just picks bad pantheons for their position as well. Although that said, the Persians do actually have access to a lot of camps, so, or at least resources that will require camps. Another Austrian city is founded. We're about to hit 150, and I feel there's no timer on my recording software that I'm using because it's just like embedded, but I don't exactly think we're that far, so we'll do should we do 200? I'm sure that's fine. We are still very early compared to the last game. Like by turn 150 we were sort of seeing planes pop out at the end of episode 1 after like an hour. So yes, that's obviously made a huge difference. Obviously quick speeds played a part, but certainly the settler difficulty hindering the AIs a little bit as Arabia adds another city towards the Huns. I mean, it's turn 155 and there's no wars. Oh, I do have... that has just hit me. Would a settler AI even declare war? Is that a thing? I've got no idea. Someone's already probably commented in like the first minute of the video, like, you idiot, settler AI can't declare war. That would be quite funny. I'm actually trying to Google it now. This is a live reaction. Difficulty level. Right, Songhai gets Stonehenge. That will help them push towards religion. They also get... oh no, never mind. There we go. We get problem solved. The game beat me to it. Zulu. It's our first settler difficulty war between the Zulu and the Arabians, and it looks like Mecca might get like taken out pretty quickly here. That's maybe the settler AI is going to be better at sieging, and this is just with archers and impies, so that's quite impressive. Arabia does have no units apart from that archer defending, which is not ideal, really. Oh, and there's a rogue US city now in the middle of the map, Atlanta. Pretty far away from, well, anyone really. Oh, this is going to be close as to whether they get this or not. Or they're not going to get it because the MP is going to die. I'm pretty sure. Unless it's going to be very... yeah, the MP died. They need to produce another one. That's probably going to take them like 20 turns. Never mind. Good effort though from the Zulu. And it does prove the point that wars will happen eventually at this difficulty. Spain has founded Buddhism in Madrid. Interesting. Another religion. Let's quickly check. I think that's the second full religion. We'll just focus on the full religions now. And Buddhism. What have we got? Use faith to purchase cathedrals, gold for each city following the religion, and faith if you win the battle. Near your cities. Austria adding a 5th city already, and we get a peace deal between Zulu and Arabia. Nothing changing hands, but it looks like the Songhai might be also go after Arabia here, so that's not great for them. Okay, techs 23 for the Zulu, Austria and Attila leading the way. Portugal on 22, Spain and Rome on 21, Songhai and the US on 20, and somehow Arabia are on 18, and I don't know what Persia are doing. Like, how are you on 16? Like, how are you 8 techs behind already? What have you been doing? And we have our big war in the northeast. The US declares war on Rome, and it seems like settler AI is like built to go straight for the capital. Oh, they split up here. I was going to say they've just ignored this city and gone straight for Rome. And the Songhai also declare on Arabia. So we've got 2 wars, 2 pretty big wars. It looks like the US... it seems like city defences are much lower than usual. That seemed very easy for the USA at this difficulty, as Songhai and Arabia found religions. And let's see if... Are they going to grab the city of Rome? I don't think so, but that's a win, I guess. You hurt the Romans, and it's crazy. These civs attack, lose their whole military, and then peace out. That is, you don't see that in the other games. It's just like a constant wave of units being built. The US peace out with Rome, and somehow the Songhai again skipped Medina, went straight for the capital. I think these AIs are trying to speed run the domination victory option, which is the only option. The Zulu complete the Petra, which is useful because they have a lot of desert. We now have another religion as Austria grabs one as well, so lots of religions popping up very quickly across the map. Portugal completes the Mausoleum. The Huns go after Arabia. Okay, this is not looking good for the Arabians, but there is a river and some mountains here. Well, I'm not sure that's going to be enough as the Zulu complete the Chichen Itza wonder. I do see a 4th Portuguese city down along the tundra coast. Oh, and the US took Ravenna in the peace deal. That sucks. I guess this island has some secret value, although there is wine there, so the US decided to take it, but that just leaves Rome up in the corner. Austria grabs the Parthenon, and let's see how the Huns get by. They should be able to do this. They've got their battering rams around. They don't actually have an actual melee unit, right? The battering ram needs to be assisted. Am I correct in that? Either way, the Huns and the Zulu now team up against the Songhai, so this region of the map just in sort of constant war. Oh, and there it is. Okay, they can do it with just a battering ram. The Huns grab Damascus, and that just leaves Arabia in Medina, and they might get taken out here by somebody, which is not really great for them. Not great. No other new settling emerging at the moment. AI's being pretty generous, leaving land. Oh, there is a new Zulu city here. That wasn't there when Atlanta was settled. Oh, and Chicago and Seattle. So the US are growing pretty quickly as the Songhai and Arabians peace out. So now I think it's just the Songhai v the Huns and Songhai v the Zulu, and then also Huns v Arabia. Portugal grabs the Colossus wonder, which is good for them. We are past turn 200. Okay, we'll do 250. That'll be a reasonable time frame, and we'll do the info addicts. I wasn't sure. Like I said, it's all. I don't normally do test runs. I only do the test runs if I'm like not sure in a concept at all, or have little faith in the concept, or I'm using like lots of mods and I'm a bit worried it's going to crash. So that's when I'll do a test run. And this is not using particularly any mods at all. For those who are interested, in-game editor just to set it up to like give me the submarine and move me and reveal everything and the info addicts, just so we can get a bit more detail on who's winning. Basically, there's nothing crazy in here. There's no modded civs either. Persia with a new religion. We'll do all the religions at turn 250. There's quite a few have popped up, so it's become, we should probably just focus on the main ones that do well. But yeah, the USA seem to be doing quite well, especially if no one declares war on them and they just keep settling, which is interesting. Built a little empire for themselves. They've always built like a second USA away from the first USA. Okay, Arabia seems fine for now. Most people's cities seem to be surviving. It just looks so strange. Just look at these civs, they have like no units. There's literally not a single unit apart from a great general in Songhai territory, which is quite funny. The Huns, this is my difficulty. The Huns peace out with the Songhai. That's what I should start doing. I should start doing like Let's Plays where I show you it's on like deity difficulty and then I just switch to like settler for the actual game. Little cut. No one's going to believe me ever again if I win a game of Civ 5. Right, the Zulu peace out with the Songhai. Doesn't look like anything changed hands. And Persia completes the Hanging Gardens Wonder, which is pretty useful because I think they're pretty low on population, so that extra food is going to go a long way in the Persian Empire. They do have their immortal units up at the moment. See some cargo ships from Portugal to Ravenna. That's probably actually really good for US trade and Portugal, who probably would... Oh no, they maybe could trade with Persia. Oh no, because of the ice. Yeah, that's going to help Portugal, sorry, make a lot of money. More money than they would have trading with this US city via cargo ship, and vice versa. Austria grabs the Great Wall. They are primed to just defend themselves from Spain all game, and then Spain hasn't actually built that many units or considered attacking them, and they are actually pretty much reliant on each other for caravans at the moment because of the distance between the two, although Spain is using cargo ships to Attila, so probably has access to a bit more money than Austria, to be fair. Are we going to get anything else crazy going on in this first part? 1585 AD. I guess it's more historically timeline aligned. The problem is I don't think we're going to get that acceleration in tech. Like, I think we'll probably hit like, it's 1595, we'll probably hit like 2000 and they'll still be pretty behind. I mean, what is the most advanced unit on the map? I'm guessing that longswordsman, the hand axes, the cargo ships themselves would be fairly high up the tech tree. Trebuchets. There's nothing crazy walking around. What is this? Chariot archer. We do have a Portugal in the Renaissance era first. Is that... No, sorry. Is Maria Portugal? Am I getting confused? It is. He's Austrian Maria Theresa. Okay, that's it. I had a good reason to be confused. Maria, though, Maria the First is Portugal. So they're in the Renaissance era and ahead on technology. Oh, and they do have a now unit. So that's definitely the most advanced boat, and it's straight out into the deep ocean in reverse. I love that. It's just reversed its way out this far. Oh, there's another one up north. Do they get free ones? Because I would have thought they can't have just entered the Renaissance era and got them, unless they were building the precursor unit and it just luckily converted on the last turn. I don't know, maybe they get some free ones. But they are quickly going to find Spain on the other side. And I mean, I'm guessing they've probably found each other. Maybe not, because this lower difficulty AI might have a lower tendency to explore, but we'll see. There is barbarians trouncing Washington. Oh wow, who would have thought? And the Zulu go after Arabia again, which would eventually lock off Mecca from the rest of the Songhai. Portugal is going for Persia. We will focus on this war for the final few turns of this part 1. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Ooh. Yeah, there's just such low city defences. Medina does fall, so Arabia is eliminated from the game to the Zulus. And now we'll just come back here, and it looks like Portugal should get the job done here. I think Portugal, did they find Spain just yet? No, they seem to have deterred a little bit. Actually, where'd the other now go? There's one here. Where the heck did the other one go? There was two. The other one just disappeared off the face of the earth. They don't move that quickly. Where'd it go? Okay, well, never mind. That unit is... Oh, it's over here. Okay. I saw something else I wanted to comment on. Where'd it go? It was... Oh, it was in Rome. Rome with another city. Starting their comeback run. Songhai complete Borobudur, and there we go. Portugal do grab the city of Pasargadae off of the Persians. So that's Portugal adding another city. I'm not sure they'll go after the rest of Persia. As I said, it seems like you have to expense your whole army just to do anything in this game. or take any cities. There we go, reach turn 250. Let's take a look at the stats. It's pretty even, not even, there's a bit of a jump, but there's Arabia's clearly out. That's for sure. Who is that? I'm guessing that's Austria in the lead on score, which is interesting. But let's go to the world rankings. Population then, Portugal currently leads the way with 2.8 million people, then the Huns, Austria, the Zulu, Songhai, Spain, America, Persia, Rome. Crop yield, Portugal again, is that right? Some slight changes in the list lower down. But yes, again, Portugal leading the Huns, then Austria, Spain, Songhai, America, Zulu, Persia, Rome. Production, the Songhai actually have the lead, then Austria, then the US, and then the Zulu. So Portugal and the Huns actually fall in that category quite low. Then Spain and Rome and Persia. Land area, the US is currently the biggest civ in the world. Then it is the Songhai and Portugal. They are the three civs above the 1 million square kilometre mark. You then have Spain, Huns, Rome, Zulu, Austria and Persia. That does include sea tiles, so some of those might be a bit misleading, but bear in mind, I just noticed Austria is quite small, but they're actually one. I mean, to be fair, they've not really grown tiles wise, so maybe that is true. I'm pretty sure it includes sea tiles from experience in the past. Militaries, it's the US, Spain, Zulu, Huns, Portugal, Songhai, us in the submarine of Sweden, then Austria, Rome, and Persia, and Arabia. So basically what this is telling me is we as a collective could take out Austria, Rome, and Persia in this map. So we're doing alright for ourselves. And we have the highest approval rating, 100%, which is why, this is shameless, but that's why you're all going to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. That would be much appreciated. Social policies, Portugal lead the way with 13, ahead of the Zulu at 12, then there's 11 for the Huns and the USA. Spain, Rome, Songhai and Persia all at 10, Austria with 9 and Arabia on 8, although Arabia is of course out of the game. I think they just have a unit kicking around somewhere. Happiness, we've seen the US with rebels and they're on -8, the Songhai was on -1. Techs, Austria now leads the way at 30, 29 then for Portugal, America, the Huns and Zulu. Portugal were the first into the Renaissance era but are not leading on tech. I mean, it's very close, but that must have been a push then for them to get their unique units. Songhai and Spain on 28, and there's a bit of a drop to Rome at 25 and Persia at 22. Net gold, lots more losers in terms of economy than usual. Portugal seems to be making pretty much all the money in the world, Spain making a tiny bit, Songhai and Austria and Rome just keeping afloat, and then the Huns, Zulu, Persia and America all running in the negatives. Right, cities, the US currently have 9, Songhai with 6, Austria 5, Portugal 5, Spain 4, the Huns 4, Rome 4, Zulu 4 and Persia 3. Science output, the Huns at 70, Songhai 56, Portugal 55, as well as Austria, 53 for Spain, 51 for the US, the Zulu, Rome, and then Persia lagging a little bit. Culture, Songhai lead the way, then the US, and the Songhai with a big lead by the way, and then Portugal, the Zulu, Spain, Rome, Huns, Austria, and Persia. Most wonders, 4 for Austria, 3 for the Songhai, Zulu, and Portugal, 1 for the US and Persia. No one currently on a negative treasury, although I think the US were making -9 gold per turn, so they're probably 2 turns away from negative. And I don't think this other stuff is really going to kick in. A couple of great works for Portugal and Austria. Portugal's got an extra trade route, I think that comes from a wonder, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the Colossus went to them. And then tourism, again, pretty limited at this stage in the game. Now let's go to, that is not the one I was looking for, diplomacy. Global politics, let's have a look at the social policies. Tradition 2, liberty 2 and piety 1 for Persia. Songhai went liberty 1, honour 2, piety 1. Portugal did actually complete 1, that's good. They went for all of tradition and then 1 from liberty and 1 from commerce. The Zulu just went liberty and honour, they very much stuck to a focus. Rome, tradition 3, liberty 1 and piety 3. The Huns, tradition 3, liberty 2, honour 2. America, tradition 2, liberty 4, honour 1. Austria, 4 from liberty, 1 from honour, 1 from piety. Arabia, 2 from tradition, 1 from honour, 1 from piety. Spain, 4 from tradition, 1 from liberty, 2 from piety. There we go. And then where are we going for last check is the religion overview. I just want to check, okay, there's a good mix, so we'll just do all of them. But there you go, Catholicism in 7 cities from Rome, Spain's Buddhism in 6, and then 4 for the Songhai's Islam, 2 for Arabian Confucianism, 2 for Austrian Hinduism, and 2 for Persian Zoroastrianism. So basically everyone has a religion apart from the Huns, Zulu, and Portugal and the USA. So quite a few still that don't. But beliefs, is this going to actually filter for me? Sorry, religion. Zoroastrianism, food from camps, global happiness for 8 followers, faith to purchase pagodas, Islam, gardens provide happiness, gold for first converting, and culture from pastures. Hinduism, influence with city-states, oof. Of course there is none in this game. Use faith to purchase monasteries, and 30% increase in city-ranged combat strength. Confucianism, faith for each foreign city following the religion, temples give happiness and faith from desert tiles. Catholicism, combat strength near friendly cities, faith to purchase pre-industrial land units, faith from quarries, faith to purchase mosques and science when spreading the religion. And Buddhism, gold for each city following, faith to purchase cathedrals, gain faith for winning battles within 4 cities, 15% production, 1% production for each follower, up to a max of 15%, and missionaries and inquisitors costing 30% less. There we go, that is going to be it for part 1. We have set it up quite nicely, I think. I have no idea, this might be the most open game ever, for sure, on who is going to win this. So do leave a little prediction in the comments. I think it's generally pretty open on who you think is going to win. Be sure to leave a like and a comment in general with any feedback or things you'd like to see. And be sure to subscribe as well if you are not already, to make sure you don't miss any of the upcoming exciting videos. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.